Money Mind interview series. So thank you for joining us, June. Maybe for a start, you can tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, sure. Hi, Rachel. Thanks for having me today. So, my name is June. I'm a full-time working mom. I work as a buyer, so I'm a professional buyer in that sense. I buy business services for my company, in particular advertising and marketing. So, yeah, that's about me.
Good. Thank you. So because this is Money Mindset series interview series, so we'll talk about the conversation will revolve about money, obviously. So first
Sure,
off,
sure.
the first question I'll ask is, what does money mean to you?
Um, that's a good question, Rachel. I think money is something that I see as a tool for me to lead the life that I enjoy. It's something that enables me to buy gifts for my family, my loved ones, spend time with my friends, maybe take a bit of vacation where possible. So it's a tool for me to achieve the things that I want in life.
So it's very interesting. So you see it as a tool to help you to achieve the things that you want in life.
Mm-hmm.
And so based on that, and of course, you mentioned that you're a mom and you're a full-time working professional as well.
Mm-hmm.
So along the your path as an employee and as a mom, taking care of kids and family and stuff like that, what are some money habits that you feel are working for you?
Uh, that's an interesting question. I think I'm still learning, Rachel. So I think
Oh,
when
it's
I first
every one
started,
of us.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
It's a journey.
yeah.
And when I first started, it was I was still single. I just graduated, right? Just started working. So it was really living almost paycheck to paycheck, paying off my student loans that took me almost 10 years to pay off. And then after that, I was married. So then it was paying off for a house. And then I had kids, which meant you didn't have any more money left. So, and I think living in Singapore is really expensive. So I think it's really important to figure out what matters to you. I think I used to shop very compulsively before I had children. I think having children now, the fixed expenses are very high. That's what my concern is. And so I try to portion out what I can afford to spend on myself or anything else that's a non-necessity. So what has been helping me is that um, I I'm more disciplined now. I think because of the pressure from having kids and fixed expense that I know need to be paid off every month, and also I think a lot of online services have made our life more simpler. So I try to use them, and I like to think that I get better value by buying these things online or shopping at alternative places.
Wow. So you mentioned a few things that, especially as a mom, and I'm sure this would be of interest to a lot of parents out there who are watching this, where, as a mom, that with kids, fixed expenses goes up, and then that
Mm-hmm.
also reinforce the fact that you have to put a little bit more thought into how you use the funds that are coming in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I think for kids especially, I'll just take one example, right? Education in Singapore is really expensive, but yet it's really important. I think every parent will want their child to have the best education possible. And so we spend a lot on enrichment. I think the whole industry is worth about $2 billion in Singapore a year. So that is huge. So for me, I think I try not to spend so much. Well, first, I can't really afford it because I think it's very expensive to be sending children to all sorts of classes. And I think the second part is also that when when you have a limit, or when you don't have like unlimited amount of money, you are more conscious about how you spend it. And so I assess the quality, or what an enrichment is giving back to my child. So I think I'm more conscious of scrutinizing what my children get in return for the money that I spend on it, because I think it's so expensive.
Okay, and that's I think some probably, well, I'm not a parent myself, but I guess a lot of parents would be facing the same um, 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 what's that word called, the evaluation criteria,
Right.
where they look
Right.
at what is the return on the amount that they actually invest on their children. So I'm curious, how do you evaluate the return when it comes to your kids? Do you ask them, or how do you know whether your money is worth it? Because parents spend a lot on their kids nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. True, true. Yeah. So it's a tough question, Rachel. I don't think I have the perfect answer. I'm also learning. And I think first it depends on the child's interest, what they enjoy learning so that they actually enjoy going for a class. So that's one way how I gauge whether they like it or not, is how much they will absorb if they enjoy. And the second is really like my own competency in that topic or in that subject. So my kids go for tuition in Chinese, because I think Chinese is an area where I feel that after a few years I don't have that, I don't have the competency to keep up and to be able to help them as much anymore. So these are things where I find a gap in my own capabilities that I need someone to help me with that. So these are the things that we focus on. So it's mainly Chinese, because we need to have that in school. It's a compulsory topic anyway. Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. Thank you for sharing. So, apart from kids, right, and
Mm,
we also mentioned a little bit about some of the money habits, how you evaluate where to spend your money, given that you have kids, and a lot of different other areas that you're looking at as well. So, are
mm,
there any other money lessons that you have experienced and are open to share with us?
mm. So I think we all learn through, what we experience in life from
Yeah.
our parents, from the lifestyle that we grow up with. I think from my parents, I think my I was very fortunate. My mom didn't work, so she was home most of the time. And so my dad in particular, he enjoyed eating home. So as children, we didn't go out much. We would have our meals home most of the time, because my mom was at home and then my dad will come back for dinner every night. So that's also what I try to do with my family. We try to eat home a lot more. I think the food is more nutritious, and you know what is going into your food. So these things, it's not about the amount of money that we spend like entertaining or eating out at restaurants, but it's really like what goes into a food and what is good for you.
Wow. So you're essentially more concerned about the health of your family, knowing what goes into the food that you feed your family, as opposed to the amount of money that you spend, going out with your family to restaurants and stuff like that. So there is
Mm-hmm.
essentially a difference there. Sorry, something just popped up.
No problem. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we do go out as well. I mean, we like to explore new cuisines, but mainly the things we eat outside are the ones that we don't make at home. So it's something special for the kids. They always want McDonald's, so we're trying to educate them on what are better food choices for them. But we obviously visit McDonald's quite a bit as well.
Well, I'm a fast food junkie as well. I think I should cut this part out.
I
Yeah.
think part of us are all fast food junkies. It's something special, and I think, yeah, we do that as well, just sometimes not with the kids. So don't tell.
Yeah, true. So when okay, and as always, when we talk about money, a lot of times money is often linked with what we want in life. Of course, we need money to buy stuff, and money is also often linked with retirement as well. So I'm
Mhm.
curious to find out, what is retirement to you?
Oh, that is a very good question, right, Rachel? And you know why we are friends? Because I have no plans for retirement, and Rachel's going to help me with this. So I'm not joking when I say that we haven't really planned for retirement. We don't have anything like, we don't have a concrete plan. I know my friends who have like a 20-year goal laid out and they save conscientiously every month. I'm not there yet. What retirement means to me will be something. It's something that I would like to spend time doing the things that I enjoy. So in my life right now, I try to find things that I enjoy, and I try to um find versions of it that are not so expensive, so that they will be sustainable when I grow old. So one example is that we like watching movies, but I think it's expensive to go to a cinema. I think like especially on weekends, it's super expensive to watch a movie now. It costs us like almost $100 every time we watch a movie because of the tickets and the popcorn and then parking. Everything adds up, right? So we're trying to like find movies or share movies that we can with other families so that we can play them at home and it doesn't cost so much. So that's one way. I also like reading, but there are two issues with reading. First is that I don't have a lot of space in my house to keep books. So yeah, I mean, we collect them, I have them, but then I don't have space to maintain my library. So I end up either giving them away or tossing them out. The other thing is that I don't really have time to read. So what I'm trying to do now is to go digital. So I have a Kindle. So that saves me some space. And also I can take the digital book with me wherever I go. So I'm hoping that that will be like a relatively affordable hobby when I grow old. So these are things that I'm planning, like thinking about what to do when I retire. These are things I will enjoy. And I hope that when I retire, I will have the energy and also the health to enjoy the activities that I do.
So it's interesting. It's interesting. Okay, one of the reasons for this this interview series is to explore the mindset and the thinking for different people around us. And it's interesting how we have already thought about, or rather you have already thought about what you want, what are activities you want to do during retirement, and you're already sort of like, putting things in place, and that you don't really want to like spend a lot. From what I hear from you, it seems like, well, retirement is a lifestyle. It has to do with, the things that you do, and with the reading and the movies and spending time together as a family. So yeah, that's very interesting, where retirement is sort of like the things that you do as opposed to, because to some people it's an age, or, to some people it's a hard stop to some things that they're doing, but that's not so with you, right? To you, it's a different thing.
Well, I'm hoping it'll be a hard stop to like 9 to 5 work. I find that that's something that takes a lot of energy. But I also recognize that with the hard stop for the 9 to 5, the bank account then also gets a bit of a hard stop. So I think it's a balance. So I kind of know what I want to do, the activities, but I don't have any financial plans for it. So Rachel and I will need to work on that a little bit more.
That's good. Well, we can spend more time together. We can chat separately and figure something out. Yeah. So based on your money experiences and the different the different tools and techniques that you have implemented in your life, what is something that you find has worked for you so far, or what is the best money advice that you have received?
Well, I'm still working on managing money and how to work on it. I think one of the tips that I found very helpful is to set aside money. So like some people have said that it's easier when you put it into separate accounts. So if you get your paycheck and then you split it out into different buckets of it, that will help you to be more disciplined and save more. So I think that's really good advice. I would like to be more disciplined in following that. So that's going to be one of my goals for this year. And I think that's something that helps you to segregate and see the different amounts that you should be spending.
Putting money into different bank accounts, putting savings into different bank. So that's something good that you received. Okay, very good. Is there anything else that you want to share with us, or some other, or any other developments that you're working on and stuff like that you would like to share with us?
Yeah, well, retirement is something definitely that I'm working on. I think when I started thinking about it, I started to panic because it seems like a huge amount of money, and it seems like it will take a lot of time to build that up. So I'm still very far away in terms of the numbers, but what I'm telling myself that like you say, it's not that one chapter of your life ends and something else does. So I'm trying to ease that transition to think about what it means to me and what I like to do instead, and then at the same time think about how to save up so that I can afford it. And that's something that's still work in progress.
Okay, very good. Thank you for sharing. Sometimes it's very encouraging to know that people around us, we are all working together towards not necessarily together, but we're working individually on our own goals. You know, it's about setting up the goal and having something in mind and in setting up a goal and working towards it. Yeah, it can be very encouraging at times. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for your time. And I'll let you know when this is broadcasted. Yeah, thank you so much for your time.
Okay. Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you.
My
Yeah,
pleasure. Thanks.